And I've been told that it was kind of like flying in a big bus. I mean, it's not necessarily the most quick to turn, or you know what I mean. It's a big.
Well,
it's designed for
the
bombing.
the bigger the ship, the longer it takes to turn. This is navigation.
And so you say there are 100 holes in it. I mean, you'd been shot 100 times.
That's right.
That's just surreal. I mean, so when was the turning point where you decided that you wanted to become a successful entrepreneur? I mean, because you said basically at age 22, now you're out of the military. When did you decide to become an entrepreneur?
I think I always had in mind that I was going to go into my own business.
Okay.
I'm not even sure the word entrepreneur existed at the time, but I do know, and I remember the night before my crew and I departed from Pearl Harbor in Hawaii to head home. We talked about the future, and I did say one was going back to the farm. The pilot was going to do crop dusting. He loved flying. That's all he wanted to do. I said, there's only one thing I want to do. I said, I want to get into business. And the world has been devastated, or decimated, and there are huge reconstruction, a lot of merchandise that's needed. So I'm going to, in fact, I want to go into the import-export business, and that's what we did. I had a brother and I.
Did you get a degree or some kind of training to get into the import-exporting business? I mean, how did you get? Did you go back to college, or?
I think it was called Hard Knocks College.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I had no college education. When I graduated high school, I was 16, and it was 1940, and the economic situation was such that my family needed the support that I could help generate to support the family. And unless I was going into something that really required a college education, like being an engineer or a lawyer or a doctor or something technical, I felt that I could do just as well getting out there and starting to work and starting to provide the world with all the merchandise that they wanted but didn't know where to get.
Well, you don't have a degree, but you seem like you're very much a lifelong learner. I mean, you're somebody who apparently is seeking that practical knowledge. And from my understanding, I mean, you basically managed to make a profit every year for 67 straight years, despite all the ups and the downs in the economy. You know, we've had recessions, and we've had booms, and we've had more recessions. I mean, you've seen it all happen. I mean, how have you managed to make a profit for 67 years with all the ups and downs in the economy? And what would you say is, how would you describe how you did that?
Well, I would say that the most important thing, which I tell every new entrepreneur, everybody going to person, is you have to learn how to do two things. One is to listen, and the other is to think. And the listening, many times, people, particularly when they're negotiating a deal, are thinking more of what they're going to say than what the other person wants. And what I want to do is find out how I can make you happy at the same time, because I'll make a better deal that way. As far as making a profit, I'd say my great fortune was that I realized early on there was no word like entrepreneur, but there was a word called opportunist.
Okay, opportunist.
And I was an opportunist. And I felt when that window opens, get through it.
So Jack, I mean, you said something profound there. You said you have to learn to listen and learn to think. Can you kind of deep dive into that and explain to me what you mean by that?
Yeah, there are different conditions all the time. I know that I've done some teaching in schools, and the one thing I say is, no matter how well thought or how well done your business plan is, there is going to be something happen that's unanticipated.
Yeah.
And you have to be ready to move at that moment.